Welcome to the channel. It's Almighty Dan, and I've done it again, man. I've grinded out another player from 60 to 85 overall without buying VC. And it's not that I can't buy the VC, it's just the principle for me. You know, for a lot of y'all know it's the principle, not that you can't buy it, but why? Well, you can grind it out or get it in the game. I know some of y'all want to save time, and that's cool. But, you know, I'd rather spend it on other stuff like the next 10 2Ks. But as you can see here, I started off with 114,000 and this is me simply just playing the game, doing some quests, and playing Rec and Pro-Am. You know, when I got my other builds out, I play with the purpose of like, let me save up some VC for my next build. Before I even decide I want to make a build, I just stack it up. Don't waste too much on too many boosts. But as soon as you save up about 100,000, I feel like that's a good starting point to go ahead and make your next My Player and then start grinding him out. You know what I'm saying? With the message I'm about to show y'all to get to 85. Now, this only got me to 77 overall. That was still a very long way to go to 85. And then from 85, you could at least go to the Rec, play online. And then from 85 to 90, 95, 99, the grind gets a little bit easier in my opinion, because you can actually use the My Player in the Rec, in the Pro-Am, in the park if you want to play. Now, the very first thing you want to do on a new My Player, I've showed y'all this in my previous videos, is when you choose an endorsement, go for Under Armour, because all you have to do is break the 3-point record and you get an easy 2000 BC. Now, if you're not a 3-point shooter, you can go with the blocks and steals for Converse, but I like the ones that don't take you a whole season to get, or having to get Rookie of the Month like 5 times for Nike, which, you know, you could get that. It's cool if you're going to play my career that long, but the way I play this is simply to get in, get out, get my VC, do my quest, and grind it out. Now, you want to pick some GOAT skills. There is a quest for the GOAT skills. If you get some of them and you level them up, you will get some VC. It's the CJ McCollum. If you go ahead and start these off when you're starting off the game, you'll be working towards that as well. I want to let y'all know, all those 750 VCs add up on every single My Player you have for the daily challenges, and the weekly challenges give you 3,000. Those add up as well. Now, me personally, when I come into my career, I put the game on rookie mode. Now, as I walk y'all through this, if you can play on pro and semi-pro and have a nice sizable lead where you can ask to sim out at halftime consistently, go ahead. But the higher difficulty you put it on, the more difficult it may be to get out of the game at halftime. I do not play full games other than key games. Now, if it's on a key game, go ahead and put it on Hall of Fame if you'd like to, because you got to play the whole game anyways, or decide you want to foul out. So you can see the very first game is a key game, so you have to play towards the end. But as you can see with my stats, I have 75 points on rookie, 5-minute quarters, 64% from the 3-point line, because I'm 3-point hunting to break that record as fast as possible. And after your first game is over, you will be able to go and talk and get your daily quest and your weekly quest for your new My Player builds. Now, understand, you want to do as many quests on every build that you have, as this will help you get VC a lot faster. That's why I like to put it on rookie, because beating those quests on rookies are really quick, really easy. Even if sometimes the quests aren't as favorable, sometimes you don't get the best quests, but that just goes to show that if you have enough My Players, you can get plenty of quests to go off of. Now, as you can see, this is one of the worst ones, I feel like, in my opinion. Player of the month for the daily, because that means you have to play maybe a whole month of games, or at least simulate and play just key games till you get it. But for this one, it's easy. 3,000 VC for points in the paint, free throws attempted, and potential and ones for 150 points. You just seen I got 70 points in the first game. So when you combine that with simming out at halftime, stacking up your VC, also what you want to do, go to your minutes. Give yourself as least minutes as possible. Give the best players on your team the most minutes. Makes sense, so you can get more wins when you're not in the game. You don't want to be out there losing, because eventually maybe you want to go to the playoffs. You want to go to the championship. Maybe you want to win a championship. Maybe you want to get more of those GOAT points, and maybe those quests come up a lot quicker. And that's going to help you out. You know what I'm saying? So as you can see here, look at the clock up top. I haven't even started the third quarter. Look at the bottom right, 8 minutes in the game. I haven't touched the court. As you can see there, objectives. Points in the paint, free throws attempted, potential and ones, 112 out of 150 already. So I get a lot of points very easily. As you can see, I took a lot of twos that game, and that's only a half a play, and I get a full game worth of VC after simming out at halftime. But you need to be up a good amount of points. I like to be up around 25, 30 points right after halftime, because if you wait until the third quarter to go up some points, it may take a while for that asset amount for VC to pop up. I was coming across that last season when I brought that up to y'all, and y'all was saying it's because I'm playing key games, and I noticed that sometimes, even when I'm not in the key game, if I'm not up enough right after halftime, that option won't always pop up as quickly as it would if I just had the lead going into the third quarter. So that's what I figured out. That's why I understood now. All right, every game by the end of the second quarter, if you're on rookie, it's very, very easy to run up a very, very quick lead. Trust me, you can just pull threes from the corner, pull threes from the top of the key. Very, very easy. But you can see there, 760 VC plus whatever quest and stuff I'm working on. It's almost like 1,500 a game on each my player. If you combine the daily quest and the weekly quest, sometimes are even easier in my opinion. Now y'all be sure to like this video, because even though I was doing this quickly and doing it efficiently, it's still a grind to go from 60 to 85 overall. But I'm giving y'all the best, most legitimate way to take advantage, since 2K has been patching everything this year. But you can see I got the 3K from the 150 points weekly method very, very easily. Of course, you got to do your art of shooting drills on every my player you have. That's an easy 750. You can have up to 10 my players, so that would be 7,500 a week. You know, very, very efficient just from going in here, shooting from your high spots, getting your high spots, or even your lethal spots. Now, that's another thing, another big benefit of playing on rookie is that you can get all of your high spots on rookie. So by the time you grind your player with these quests and you sit in there getting your badges ready to go to the park, you'll have your high spots. By the time you get the VC to level them up all the way, you will have your badges, you will have your high spots, and you'll have your animations and whatnot. So you'll be completely ready to go out there and hoop, rather than just spending the money, getting the VC on your player, and then having to still go to my career and grind your high spots. That's the best way to do it in my opinion. Or go to my career or play street ball to grind your badges and get them up. Now, you can get your badges in the game, but we all know, like, sometimes you want to go out there already locked and loaded with gold catch and shoot, you know, gold posterizer. I know a lot of y'all like the dunk. Gold clamps. Those are like some of the badges you want to have gold if you already going straight out there, even though I know a lot of those are easy to get. But even some of those ones that aren't as easy to get, because I know some of y'all might not touch the ball as much, but this is the way to go about it. I'm trying to tell you, I have grinded out 2 players this year without spending money. Now, I spent money on my first 2 builds because I bought the 450,000 BC when the game first dropped. That's completely different. That's completely different than buying the game now and spending BC on the game now, because at the beginning of the game, you start off from scratch. You start off from zero. But when you already have players, you can grind the VC on the players for your new players. As you can see, I go to another my player. I get another daily stat challenge. This one is a lot easier. 25 shots made. I have no assist on rookie. That's a bucket. And then even the weekly goes easy as well. So I need to make 100 threes, 25 shots, no assists, 100 threes. Those go hand in hand. That's 3,750 VC, almost 4,000 BC a player, and you can get your weekly challenge stat challenges in a day. Look, 50 dunks and layups, that's another 3,000. That's 6,000 right there, almost 8,000 between those my players right there, just between those two. And that's not even counting the BC you got from actually winning a game. Then this is one that's a lot slept on, the State Farm weekly stat challenge. Some of y'all are sleeping on that. It's VC for that as well. Even myself, I have been sleeping on that for a long time, but I'm trying to tell you, you have these on every single my player, and the VC adds up. As you can see there, I got 11,900. This is just for me grinding it out. Grinding it out. You got to think, I don't need as much. Weekly stat challenge, 3,000, completed another quest. Very simple. The benefit of the way I upgrade my player on my last player, as you can see, I got 18,000 there. Another update is the fact that when you go ahead and upgrade your highest stat categories, like my dunk and my three-point shooting, it won't take as much for the rest of them. So the grind won't be as tedious to get those lower attributes. And of course, it costs a lot to go to 94, go to 90, but to go to 85, you know, 80, 74, that type of stuff, those are a breeze. And we all know the free throws are super cheap, so we don't worry about that. So I go to another my player, another easy 750, 7 Euro steps, attempted. Don't even got to make them, just attempt them. So you can attempt them. Super cake. I probably already got the 3,000 on this guy. I go to another my player. As you can see, the weekly daily challenge. The weekly stat challenge at the top. I still haven't completed that one yet, so that'd be another 3,000. That's simple. That's easy. Go to the progression. Let me show y'all back. 19,000. It's stacking up. I'm telling you, man. I got the ways. I got the methods. I do this. I have got it down to a science when it comes to grinding out my player in an efficient way that doesn't just necessarily feel like a boring grind, but it feels like you're achieving something, and the VC is stacking up pretty well along the way. I'm sorry for y'all that missed the My NBA errors glitch, man. The My NBA glitch. That was the banger. But as you can see there, completed plenty of stat challenges. The art of shooting challenge. You can even go hit the Chris Brickley. I didn't put that one in here because I haven't been doing that one as much. Not gonna lie, but the NBA weekly stat, the NBA daily, and the street ball. If you go to the street ball, which I'll show y'all the benefit of the street ball coming up, because the street ball one goes absolutely crazy as well. Now this is another one of my builds, and if you go to the rec, you gotta talk to lethal shooter. If you talk to lethal shooter, he's gonna give you the objectives. Most of the time they easy: 20 assists, 25 rebounds, 2 double doubles. You should be able to get those if you play the game enough. If you can't rebound, you better be able to pass. If you can't pass, you better be able to rebound. And this one right here is one of the easiest ones in the game to get an easy 2,500, and you get a cold banner for this one. So if you slept on this one, and everybody starts off with the electric skateboard, so everybody should have been able to do this one. I know some of the seasons they don't always give you the best races. You might not have the vehicles or whatnot or whatever the equipment to do it, but everybody should have been able to get this one. That's an easy 2,500 for a race alone. Even in this video, you can see the VC stacking up as quickly as possible, and this is just on top of the games that you already playing. So there's ways you can go about it in this game strategically, especially once you have multiple mile players. If you have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mile players, you're gonna get it a lot quicker. Now you look there, 48,000 VC. I'm grinding it. I'm grinding it out legitimately. This was with no My NBA method, so if I can do it, y'all can do it. If I can do it, y'all can do it. Now, the Daily Street Ball Challenger, I told you, you get one of these on every player. You get 750 just for winning on top of actually just beating the game. So you get about 1,000 just for doing this. Now, of course, hopefully y'all have already played plenty of street ball games and y'all can get a good team, but the difficulty is easy. It's easy to score on them, and then once you play and you win on each my player, you'll get 1,000. So you know you can just do 1,000 times how many ever my players you have. You know, if you have 10, that'd be 10,000. If you have 5, that'd be 5,000. For point of reference, I now have 4 my players, and every time I make a new my player, it gets easier for me to grind the next one because I have another my player to get more challenges, more stats, more weekly challenges. Now if you go ahead and make one, make them just to do the lethal shooter, I think that's a actually fire method. If you just make kind of like a couple dummy my players just so you can get your lethal shooters, that'd be more efficient in my opinion. But as you can see, super quick game right here. Get him about the way, 22-12. You know, it wasn't nothing. You know, I'm not trying to show y'all too much gameplay simply because me showing y'all the gameplay from 60 to 85 will make this video days and days long, and we don't have. I know y'all want to get to the point. I just want to show y'all the main point of what I'm doing and how I did it. You know, so y'all can grind y'all players out as quickly as possible. And this player was finished up to 85 this week. I will be taking them to 95, so I will give y'all a part to y'all so y'all can see that as well, just so y'all can know I'm out here grinding. Because I know a lot of my grinders out here actually would much rather grind than my player and feel better about it. Because I do feel like 55,000 BC. Look at me. I do feel like when I actually play with my player in my career, I do practice more moves. I do practice more shots rather than just going straight online and trying to fit it in. But I get to learn more stuff playing in my career. And you play enough my career, that's enough practice, man. Enough practice, you will be good. I think this is actually good for a lot of people to do, in my opinion. Some of y'all don't need to just jump straight out there anyways. Y'all need to actually take time to learn and play the game. Now, I know I learned and played the game pretty well, but as you can see, 85, I need about 74,000 VC, so I need about 20,000 more VC. And as you can see, my VC has incrementally increased throughout the entire video after I started off with that 100,000. And that, when I say started off, keep in mind, I say started off by saying that I had already grinded that up from my other players playing in the rec and doing quests on my previous players before I even decided to want to make it my player. I always know that when I make with my player, I start grinding for my next one before I even know what I want to make. Now, the next thing you want to do is if you playing in the rec, obviously you want to win. Now, shout out to the guys that be out there in the rec with me. You know, they're my boys out there. We always put in good work on the game. You can see, if you go crazy in the rec, you get player of the game. If you get player of the half, player of the game, you get extra VC. On top of that, you win, you get extra VC. So, take advantage of being in the rec if you're going to win in the pro-am or even the park, if that's what you play. I'm not a park. I don't like to play park as much. It's just my preference. Not anymore. I do enjoy the rec a bit more, so you know I feel like it's more worthwhile of my games. But you can see it there. You standing on that podium. They pay you for that, man. They pay you for that. They pay you for those little stats. Like I said, shout out to the guys. You see the VC stack up right there, almost about 1,400 for one game right there. Solid. You know, you play a few of those a season. You know, a bunch of those that adds up with all the quests and everything I just showed y'all. Y'all gonna be sitting like me right now, man, with that 77,000 VC, ready to upgrade everything. Like I said, get the highest stuff out the way first. So now when I come back and I upgrade everything else, it's not going to be that much of a problem. It's not going to be as tough getting my perimeter defense to 75. It's not going to be as tough getting my speed to 85. It's not going to be as tough getting these rest of these things up as it would be getting my dunk to 94 when things get very, very expensive. So the hardest part is up out the way. Now I can grind the build. Now I can do what I want to do. Now I can play online. Now me personally, I'm not going out there with the 85 because I didn't upgrade my stats in an even way to make me want to go out there and play. Now, I wouldn't go out there with no defense. I wouldn't go out there with no shooting. Now, to be fair, I could have lowered my dunking went out there, but hey, it is what it is. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Until next time, Densky out.